This video is brought to you by the 3-Minute Board Game patrons. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. Kia ora koutou and welcome to Darkside Rising in about 3 minutes. It has a solo mode. It's a game for 1 to 4 players, playing time is short, and it's a pretty simple game. In a galaxy far, far away, the Galactic Empire is tightening its grip on millions of star systems, and you are fighting to stop them. In the background, they're constructing the ultimate terror weapon. Can you defeat them before the Death Star comes online? The game ends in a victory if all players manage to defeat no less than 7 enemy cards. All players lose if all 6 parts of the Death Star become operational, or if the Empire defeats 10 total rebels, or if 1 player loses their last rebel. Dice. This game has a bunch of different dice to manage. Card management. Your enemies and allies are represented by different cards. Engine building. Cards will have synergies, and building cards that work well together is the key to winning. Player turn. Each player selects one of the 4 starting crews with their base of operations and leader. Grab your matching deployment token and note your team ability at the bottom of your base. Each base has a unique power. Place Vader in the middle of the table and 9 cards around them. These cards are in groups of 3 in 3 different sectors. Start your turn by placing your deployment marker on the sector you want to interact with this turn. Then roll the Vader dice. If you roll right or left, Vader moves to that sector from his current position. He then damages each rebel card in that sector by placing a red cube on them. Hero cards are defeated if they take too many hits. You would then also activate any enemies in the sector. And if Vader rolls this side, he stays still and attacks that region, but all enemies in all regions activate. And he rolls this symbol, he stays still and attacks. And he also rolls the Death Star dice twice. Normally, after rolling the Vader dice, you will roll the Death Star dice once. Add a yellow cube to the area matching the die roll. If that area fills up, remove the cubes and flip that component over. Now whenever you roll that color in later turns, that special action takes place. Once that is done, it is the player turn, and you will gain dice shown on your base, plus any extras from card powers. Here Leia grants us an extra die if we have another purple rebel in our squad, so let's include General Dodonna in this example and gain an extra black die. You can roll your dice and start assigning them to cards. Remember to check your special abilities too, as Owls gets us an alliance token here. Here Bail Organa needs 3 of this symbol and 1 other to recruit, so we place a total of 3 diplomacy icons on him. We then roll the unassigned dice and must assign at least 1 more dice before rolling a 3rd and final time. Card abilities like this can also be used. We've assigned enough dice to Bail Organa to recruit him to our squad, but note that he keeps the damage on him. We are 1 die short of hurting Thrawn here, but luckily our alliance token has that dice symbol on it, so we use that to damage Thrawn. You gain an alliance token each time you damage an enemy, but an enemy like Thrawn takes many hits over many turns to defeat. Finally, draw replacements for any cards that were defeated or recruited this round. Why would you like this game? If this game looks oddly familiar to you, you might have played one of its other incarnations, including Marvel, DC, Avatar, and even SpongeBob versions. And the reason for that is the core system here is simple and family friendly. The AI uses a dice system instead of card flips, which keeps the complexity down. And the slowly ramping up powers on the Death Star board keep pace with the players creating combos on their own board, meaning the game accelerates in its endgame. And this all combines to make a simple to learn yet engaging co-op game, but I think being a fan of the IP will really help. The best thing about this game is clearly the giant Darth Vader figure in the middle of the table. However, this is a by the numbers co-op that doesn't really do anything mechanically new or interesting. It's inoffensive and fine, but there's also a reason it can be reskinned to just about any IP you can imagine. For another simple co-op, try Marvel United, and for something a bit heavier, try The Reckoners. Darkside Rising. I'm surprised there's no Horus Rising yet. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.